Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I'm here today to do Course in Miracles lesson 187, which is I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. And I'm going to read it to you as a conversation so that you can hear this lesson and apply it today. I bless the world because I bless myself. Do you know that nobody can give unless they have? In fact, giving is proof of having, and we made this point before that giving is proof of having. What seems to make this hard to credit isn't this. No one can doubt that you must first possess the thing that you're going to give. It's the second phase on which the world and true perception differ. Having had and given, then the world, the ego, asserts that you've lost what you possess because you gave it away. The truth maintains that giving will increase what you possess. Giving will increase what you have. Now, how is it possible that giving will increase what you have? Because it's sure that if you give a finite, a physical thing away, your body's eyes will not perceive it as yours when you give it away. Yet we've learned that physical things but represent the thoughts that make physical things. And you do not lack for proof that when you give ideas away, you strengthen the ideas in your own mind when you give ideas away. Perhaps the appearance or the form in which the idea seems to appear is changed in giving, yet the idea, the thought, must return to you who gives. Nor can the form that the thought takes be less acceptable. The form that the thought takes when it comes back to you, the appearance must be more acceptable. Do you know that ideas must first belong to you before you can give ideas away? If you are to save the world, you first accept the truth for yourself. But you will not believe that you've accepted the truth for yourself until you see the miracles, which are the correct perceptions that your correct perceptions bring to everyone to look upon. Herein is the idea of giving clarified and given meaning. Now you can perceive that by your giving is your store increased. Your store is increased by your giving. I'll say it again. Your store is increased by your giving. So if you protect all things that you value by the act of giving them away, you give it away, you can be sure that you will never lose it. What you thought you didn't have is thereby proven yours by giving it away. Yet don't value the form of what you've given away. For the form of what you've given away, the form will change. Form will always grow unrecognizable in time, however much you try to keep the form or the appearance of something safe. That means that there is no form, there is no appearance physically that endures. It is the thought behind the form of things that lives unchangeably. Give gladly. You can only gain by giving. The thought remains, the thought grows in strength as the thought or idea is reinforced by giving it. Thoughts extend as thoughts are given or shared, because thoughts and ideas cannot be lost. There is no giver and receiver in the sense that the world conceives of giver and receiver. There's just a giver who retains and keeps, and there's just another giver who will give as well. And both must gain in this exchange, for each person will have the idea in the form most helpful to them. In other words, whatever you seem to lose is always something you will value less than what will surely be returned to you. Never forget, you're only giving to yourself. You give but to yourself. Whoever understands that you only give to yourself, and who understands what that means, this is a person that laughs at the idea of sacrifice and loss. Nor can a person who understands that you only give to yourself fail to recognize that, somebody who understands that they only give to themselves, they can't fail to recognize the many forms which the idea of sacrifice and loss may take. In other words, when you know the truth, you really laugh as well at the idea of pain and loss, at sickness and grief, at poverty, starvation and death. You're not being cruel. You're laughing at it in the sense that you realize that it couldn't ultimately be real, and God would never create that. A person who knows the truth, that's a person who recognizes that sacrifice, which is the idea of loss, remains the one idea which stands behind all suffering, and in your gentle laughter are all forms of suffering and untruth healed. Whenever you recognize an illusion, whenever you recognize a false idea, it must disappear. So don't accept suffering, and you will remove the thought of suffering. Your blessing lies on everybody who suffers when you choose to see all suffering as what suffering really is, a reflection of the idea of loss. The thought of sacrifice, the thought of loss gives rise. The thought of loss, the thought of sacrifice gives rise to all forms that suffering appears to take. And sacrifice, which is the idea of loss. The idea of sacrifice is an idea so mad that sanity dismisses the idea of sacrifice at once. So in other words, never believe that you can sacrifice. There's no place for sacrifice and loss in anything that has any value. If you have the thought of sacrifice and loss, its very presence proves that error has arisen and correction must be made. Your blessing will correct the error of believing in loss. Given first to you, it now is yours to give as well. No form of suffering, no form of sacrifice can long endure or last before the face of somebody who has forgiven. And somebody who has forgiven is somebody who has blessed themselves. So the lilies of forgiveness that your brother offers you are laid upon your altar with the lilies of forgiveness you offer to the other person beside them. Who could fear to look upon such holiness and innocence and loveliness? The great illusion of the fear of God diminishes to nothingness before the innocence that you will look upon. So don't be afraid to look at the innocence. The blessedness that you will see will take away all thought of form and leave instead the perfect gift, forever there, forever to increase, forever yours, forever given away. That means now we are one in thought. And if we're one in thought, the fear has gone. And here before the altar to the one God, which is the one Father, which is the one Creator, which is the ultimate one thought, we stand as the one creation of God. Not separate from God, who is our source, not distant from each other, because we're all part of the one self, whose innocence has joined us all as one. We stand in blessedness. We stand in blessedness. In blessedness we stand, and we give as we receive. The name of God is on our lips, and as we look inside, we see the innocence of heaven shine in our reflection of our Creator's love. What the heck does that mean? It just means now are we blessed, and now we bless the world. What we have looked upon, we would extend what we have looked upon. For we would see what we have looked upon, the blessings we have looked upon everywhere. We would behold the love and the blessings shining with the grace of God in everyone. We would not let it be withheld from anything we have looked upon. And to ensure that we always have this holy, innocent sight as ours, we're going to offer the holy, innocent sight, the loving sight, the truth sight to everything we see. For where we see the truth will be returned to us in forms of lilies, which is forgiveness. We can lay upon our altar, making our altar a home for innocence itself. Innocence dwells in us and offers us its innocence as our own. So the thought for today is, I bless the world because I bless myself. And we're going to say that for a while. I bless the world because I bless myself. When you bless yourself, you're blessing the world. Please bless yourself. Let yourself be blessed. Because when you bless yourself, you bless the world. Every time you allow yourself to have happiness and joy and abundance and peace, you are blessing the world. So when you share thoughts of truth and ideas of truth, and you extend ideas of truth, you bless the world. So here we go. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. And here we go. I bless the world because I bless myself. 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 You bless the world because you bless yourself. 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 I bless the world because I bless myself. 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 So, mighty companion, that was your lesson for today. I bless the world because I bless myself. This is Earl Purdy. Check me out at www.earlpurdy.com and check out some of my classes and other things I have online to help you remember the truth of the Course in Miracles. And let peace and joy extend from my mind and my heart to your mind and your heart.